Hey guys, I am so excited to be here with Bear and Pest Solutions today. Community talk. It's now we get to go and see everybody. You've heard me talk about how they decorate their office. If you thought I was joking, let's have Jeff just kind of span around. This is so, you walk in and you're immediately happy and ready to, I don't know, party, kind of.
I like that idea. I'm in.
I'll start. Hold on, sorry. There we go. Now we're in the van.
They put a face of me on top of the tree and decorate it every single month.
Yes.
Which is a little scary.
I do like that it's your face. And when I came in around Christmas or something, I was like, is that his face on top there? Like, yes, he does not appreciate it, but it's there.
It's a face from 15 years ago, so I look young, I'm in. I'm in.
Most importantly, family-owned business, been here a long time, and as you can see, when you call or when you show up, there is people here to greet you and to answer the phones, which is one of the best parts of you guys as well.
I agree.
You guys have had a lot of change over the last few months. Can we talk a little bit about that?
We have. So we started our pest company in 1991. And
Pest, can we just talk about this really quick?
I know, right?
Look at, she's just kind of hanging out.
I'm super proud of you for putting Puff on your lap like that.
Listen, Puff, me and you, we're going to go far.
And Puff's facing the camera and everything, so
She's ready for
maybe
the
he
show.
likes it, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So so recently, some people know we had a pool and landscape company. We had a security company for many years. But recently we went ahead and sold those businesses and sold them off to other local companies that were growing, that were younger, in their kind of in their business life, and they wanted to expand and get bigger and hire new employees. And we trusted those companies, so we went ahead and sold our security business and we sold our pool and landscape business. And now we are able to focus 100%, just like the good old days, back on just the pest control company. And I think it's been a huge change for us, but a great thing for us. Sometimes you can pull yourself a little too much and you can get too involved, and being able to focus on the pest control is something we're looking forward to.
I love that. So you're a long-time employee of the pest control family.
Just 21 years.
21 years. I also find it really exciting, I've talked about your post too a few times, How long have you been here, Sam?
12 years.
How about you?
3 years, August 2nd.
Let's go. Look at,
it
they
is.
even know. Numerous amount of employees have been here long term, and that speaks volumes. So, we know when you keep employees happy and make them feel like family, and it's your, 20 years. I mean, it's a long time. It says so much for you guys.
It says a lot for my patience for 21
It does.
years to be able to deal with one guy for that long. It says a lot about that. But
for you as well.
And his father before him.
That's right. That's right. Mike's been through the whole gamut. He's been through the dad and the brother and the Matts and the new business partners, and he's been through it all. And he's been an amazing constant in what we do here, and kind of rights the ship for us and keeps track of things and thinks how we think. So it's a huge asset for us. It's part of the family. Always has been.
Family. Very cool.
I like it.
Sometimes we need the balancer, right? I'm sure you're the guy of wisdom. We're like, okay, Matt, you could do that. But XYZ happened last time we tried that, or
It happens every now and then.
look at this guy.
So that's one of many, Christy. That's Puff, and then we've got snakes and spiders and all kinds of fun stuff.
For some reason, you guys love Pest.
Well, he is. He's looking at the camera. Look at him. It's odd, you'd think a company that kills bugs wouldn't save bugs or snakes, but that's where all these animals come from. It's technicians who find something and say, I don't want to kill that. I don't want to save that. There's a spider stuck to a glue board, or a tarantula that's kind of on its own somewhere, or Michael has a new cat that's been added to the family here.
It rode in the engine compartment of one of the technicians' truck to work, and it was meowing out and it was up in the fender. So her name is Fender.
Cute.
It's perfect. We've got Victor, who was stuck on a glue board, and the glue board, it's a snake, and glue boards are made by a company called Victor Glue Boards, so that snake's named Victor. And so we've saved several animals over the year. We don't just kill them, we save them too.
I love that.
Yeah.
I walked in and there was a playpen. I was like, is that for a puppy, a dog, a kid? They're like, no, for Puff.
Look at him. He's just active as can be,
He is
looking up,
so
huh?
cool.
Rosemary Moran says she loves Baron Pest Solutions.
We love Rosemary.
We love Rosemary. Everybody loves Rosemary.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Just so you know.
phenomenal. And Rosemary, if she saw the pan, she saw all of her events over there that she puts on and all the sponsorships we do for her classic car shows and stuff. She's great. She's a great asset.
River Cruisers.
River Cruisers. She's
A
wonderful.
Local nonprofit organization.
Yep, she's wonderful.
Let's go into that. So, I've known you for many years, but really going into the nonprofit world, I, again, always speak about these small business owners that don't always have to show up, right? A lot of times you could donate money and you can have your name on things, but when you talk about a business owner donating and showing up, you come to mind. It's very cool.
That's nice of you to say. Yeah, I think it's obviously people will look at this and hear this and think, oh, it's a business strategy, right? You stay involved in your community, it grows your business. And yeah, that is all true. But I was a product of Boys and Girls Clubs growing up back in the East Coast, and I realized how important it was in my life. So when I came back to Bullhead City in '99, the first thing I did was get involved with the Boys and Girls Club and get on their board and stay involved in that. And that just started kind of making me truly understand how important it is, not for just the business, but how important it is for the community, how important it is for my children as they grow up to see their dad and their mom involved. And that just steamrolled into from Boys and Girls Clubs to things like Rotaries and Matadors Group and Mohave Valley Park and all the stuff, MCC Booster Club and all these things that we're involved in now. But it's so important because it allows me to give back to a community that gave us this, right? We didn't just do this; the community gave us this. So it's probably my favorite thing to do is not sit at my desk and cut payroll checks. I love being involved in the community, and it's a huge importance to us. So.
Agreed. It's almost mind-blowing, and I kind of think when, sometimes people are like, oh, do you ever get tired of running crazy? But the truth is you fall in love with the people that support you, and equally you get to support them.
100%.
And that's really what I find with being involved. Thankfully, Finley allows me to represent them, which is exciting, but to get to be a piece of all of you guys as well is a part of the puzzle that nobody really understands unless you're out there.
Once you do it, like you said, once you get involved, once you commit, because you can be involved as a member of something and just pay your dues, right?
Yeah.
And just say, hey, I'm a Rotarian or I'm a Kiwanian or whatever it is. But when you actually get involved and you see the things, like the things that we do with our Rotary and other clubs do, man, it's a game changer for sure. And you buy into what's happening here. When I got here, it was, oh, there's nothing to do here. There's no events going on here. There's no, and then you start doing these things and you're like, holy cow, there's something every day.
Yes.
Every weekend there's an event. You just a lot of times don't see it. And now we're promoting the idea of the community involvement to our staff as well. Michael's a new member of the Mohave Valley Contractors Association, and he's been loving that.
Well, and I think when you kind of get involved, you kind of say like, oh, yes, I want to join this, and it's kind of sometimes a name thrower, and then you start to realize the passion and what really happens, and it's just mind-blowing. That kind of really takes us back to Baron Pest Solutions. What does that look like kind of going forward now that you're able to focus on the one and the big picture is probably very different, I would assume.
Yeah, it is different, and age has a lot to do with that too, right?
Wisdom?
So, wisdom, age. I think the focus is expansion, as it should always be for any company. Improvement in quality, making sure that there's a value to the things that we're doing even more so than ever. The world we live in. The dollar is not a dollar anymore. And people trust us to do their pest control service. They don't have to have pest control. Yes, it's an important thing in an environment like ours in the desert, but we have to prove value to every dollar that customers spend with us. And so I think the focus is we brought on new management. We have done some things with closing of those companies to have the 4 owners that we have here all be more involved in just the one company now. So when you call Baron and you need an owner, there's 4 of us. There's 4 people to help you with a problem. There's the 21-year guy. There's the guy that's been here 20. There's another one 19. We've got, so we're focusing on that. We're focusing on quality. We're focusing on what made Baron to begin with. And what made Baron was customer service, personal touch, that sort of stuff. So, but we're going to be here a while. We're not going anywhere.
No, I thought you were going to retire and travel the world.
No.
I say that you're a great singer, and it's a secret.
Oh boy, who is spreading rumors? Who is spreading rumors? Someone
It's
is
like
in
April
trouble.
Mix or someone.
Someone is in trouble. It's probably Tiffany. It's probably my wife.
Oh, Anita.
Anita, yeah. See, so Anita, you are in trouble. Yo, it's not a secret now. What happened, Anita?
That's what it says.
Okay, I want to thank Anita for that, for
Listen,
keeping.
Anita, we're coming to see you.
Those days are behind me. When I was younger, it was different. Now my focus is not that and other things. But thank you, Anita, for throwing me under the bus there. I appreciate it.
Listen, we might have to do show up at cocktails and do some karaoke
Hey, you
one
never know.
night.
It could be entertaining.
It would be
shocked the first time I heard him sing.
You were? You really can't sing?
Absolutely.
What?
We're going to have to find this out.
We
Yeah,
are going to.
yeah,
Inquiring
no.
minds want to know.
You asked what was the plan for the future, and it does not include singing anymore.
not part
No,
of
not
it.
anymore. There was a time, believe me, there was a time, but not anymore.
Let's talk a little bit about your family and running so many businesses. Like you said, being pulled in many different directions, not just with businesses, but with community things as well.
Right.
How have you always been able to kind of balance that? And is there a lot more freedom just for you guys, I'm sure all owners, to be able just to have a little more time?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a big part of the decision on the other companies. I have never had an issue with family coming first. That's the business has been that way. We hire, we retain with the thought of that. And that allows not just me, but all of our employees to make sure the family comes first. If people need a day to go see an event, or if people need support for something, me specifically, I haven't missed anything in 30 years. I've been there for all that stuff, and I'll continue to do that. And so that is super important, because if you're doing that in your day to day, and you preach that and you teach that and you allow that, then it becomes kind of easy to just incorporate it in what you're doing. Family is everything. We have the tagline like everybody does, the quality experience family, but truthfully, I think if you ask any of the employees, I hope they feel like it's a family. It's a family environment. You're not a number. That's what my dad preached when we first started was, you can go work for, at the time it was pretty much just the casinos 30 years ago, but you can go do that. Yeah, it's been a while. So more than 30 years ago. So, but we wanted a different environment, right? So we had to be able to offer that and live it, and I think we do. I think we do a great job of that, I hope.
Yeah, well, the nice part, and I'm sure you can agree, is that once you start to realize that, if you have a kid event or something, that everybody starts to balance out each other. So
Yes.
you allowing them to have that allows them to support each other, and I'm sure that's part of a lot of the reasons why you've been here so long.
Yeah, to make up for and make sure that while we're providing that to the people that need it, we still have somebody to cover and actually get the work done at the same time.
And we've always been able to do that. We've always been able to chip in. Everybody chips in. Everybody understands that, hey, I might need that day, and someone's going to have to help me. I might need time off to go to an event or anything, whatever it is. I think anybody that's ever walked in the door of my wife's office, who handles a lot of that, Tiffany's office, has never been greeted with the, I can't make that happen. It's always, I can make that happen.
Looking for the solution.
Yeah, I'm going to find a solution. I might need a couple minutes. I might need to, kind of open my bottom drawer and grab a sip of whatever's down there to make that happen.
Figure out how we're gonna make this work.
But we're going to make that happen, and it's definitely gonna work out for you. So, but yeah, slowing down and closing those other businesses. My kids are, grown. I mean, I'm not grown. I want them out of the house, and I've got a soon-be junior in high school, and so there is a focus on what the future brings, but not without Barron. I mean, Barron's going to be, like I said, it's going to be around a while. I'll be involved for forever, but having people like Michael and Joe and Jared and my wife and my business partners, can't do without all those people. So, yeah, I mean,
Are you going to cry?
Believe me, ask people in our staff meeting. Sometimes I get a little emotional about stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
this is our world, Yeah, it's more than life.
In
It's
30 years, and you continue to talk about your father. I mean, this is a family-owned business
Yeah,
locally
okay,
in
listen,
this
Oprah.
town.
You're not supposed to make people cry. Now you you're already seeing emotional. Now you're bringing out my dad, and it's like this is Oprah. You're giving gifts out to everybody too today too.
Yeah,
You get to cry, and you get to cry, and you get to cry.
They are from Findlay. I did see a truckload of cars out there.
That is
That
true.
is true.
That is true.
Ian says you're a very emotional guy.
Well, thank you, Ian. This has been fun to do, but these people that come on here,
Well,
Ian, Anita.
so we spent some time together on Saturday, and Mitchell was speaking with Ian, and he said, like, to have somebody like your dad that you live with and get to watch and experience, he's like, what have you learned from him? And Ian was like, everything. Everything about being a good man, a good leader, you know, involved in the community. He's like, everything that I strive to be is what my dad is, and I just am trying to get there. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It made me emotional because if we can, obviously, you know, you have teenage kids and they make you feel like you are crazy and they don't need your time and they don't, you know. But I always live by, and I learned this from my parents, is that leading by example, even when you feel like they're not listening or watching, even when they are struggling and learning to find their own way, what we're able to teach them and show them really takes them further.
Yeah.
And for him to say that, I was just like, oh.
He's a good kid. I got two good kids, and he's definitely going to find his way. We've always said Ian's going to be super successful. He just has to try a little bit of everything and figure out where it's at. And he's a good kid. Both my kids are really good kids, and
We may have a pro golfer in the family.
Nash is my youngest is a good golfer. He's got things to work on. I'm that dad though, Chris. I'm that dad that's not like, oh yeah, my kid's the best ever. I'm that dad who's like, he's got to work.
Like, how do we get
we got to get you there. No matter how good he'll ever be, he's got to be better. You know. But yeah, I've got good kids, and that comes from having good parents, right? So it kind of works its way down. So. Yeah.
So how did your father, or how did your family really get involved kind of in this? How did that start?
Yeah, so my dad was a salesman his whole life. He sold women's shoes, and he traveled the world. And then when it was time to settle down a little bit more, he kind of opened up his own business and did really well with that. But he was missing the sales world, so he went to work for a company in Florida, selling pest control. Yep. And he loved that. And when I was a senior in high school many moons ago, he moved us all out to Yuma, Arizona, and took a job out there. And that business took us to here. And he basically had a guy that he worked for that had about a dozen pest control customers up here in the Bullhead City area. And my dad said, "Oh, I want to go there. I want to take that over." He made a plan with the gentleman and went from a dozen customers to what is now more than 5,000 customers each month that we service.
Wow.
And you know, that was my dad. You know, his big visions, big dreams, build it, leave it to the kids, and so that's what he did. You know, he found good people, and it's been 1991 we started. You know, that's in this area. That's a long time.
It is
We're very proud of ourselves. We're proud of our of the people, and we're proud of our customers and the fact that they've stayed with us for so long, and it's been a real privilege. It'll continue to be a real privilege.
It will.
Yeah.
So let's just say, husband and wife working together, that gets a little challenging. Do you ever have to like tell them, "Hey, time out, go into your offices"?
They're pretty good at keeping me out of the middle of that.
We have a good situation here. So my wife has a work husband, and that would be Michael.
Good job.
And I usually have a work wife, which is pretty much now Amber, who runs our office. And so we work really well together, Tiffany and I. And we have people that allow us to talk and communicate and bounce ideas off of, and that we trust. And Michael and Amber are two of those people for sure. But I love it. I love coming to work every day with Tiffany. And some people say they wouldn't like to do it. I love it. I love every second of it.
I love them.
Yeah, for
Do you
sure.
ever spend some time with them? The truth of the matter is that when you look at these businesses that have been staples in the community, you kind of figure that people have this high standard of who they are and what they do. But you guys are just, I mean, literally you just want to hug and squeeze both of you. And it's just that loving and fun, and I strive to be like you guys.
Oh, wow.
Really.
You've done
It's-
a phenomenal job. You always say that, which is very nice to say, and we appreciate it and we love that. But you're doing pretty darn good for yourself, young lady. You do a really good job. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself for sure.
Well, it's because of people like you guys that keep, and it is. It's the example that you lead in the community. Many business, we have Medi, we have Anita. I mean, many business owners that have been that piece for me, where it's like, if they're doing it, why can't I do it?
Right.
Or sometimes it's just the pat on the back, like, if you would have ever said, Christy, you're going to be Rotary president in 3 years, I've been like, you have lost your mind. But it's you guys saying, like, yes, you can, and why would you not? And,
That's right.
having that faith and belief in.
And you'll get the next person who said, I would never be a Rotary president to be Rotary president. That's how it works. That's why we have the great community we have. It's people that give back and don't think they can do things, and then they do things like yourself. So
We don't stand alone. I mean, look at this is a perfect company and a perfect fine
Thank you.
example of that.
that's very nice of you to say.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and we appreciate you spotlighting us and letting us do something like this. It's there's a lot of wonderful places out there, and to be a part of what you guys are doing is special for us. So we appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you. Hey guys, the address is on there, the phone number is on there. Baron Pest Solutions, you've all heard of them. And let me tell you, if you have those crazy critters, which they're out, the scorpions are out really bad right
This
now.
time of year, summertime,
Not him.
not
Obviously.
Puff. No.
Or it sounds like if there's an emergency situation of an animal that you may need some help in, you could even call for that.
You can.
Look at that. Well, thank you for being a staple in this community.
Thank you.
Thank you for really being a leader in this community as well. Thank you for all you do, managing, husband, work wife, work husband. Those are all needed.
He has to manage our business partners as well, which are husband and wife, Dana and Dana. So he has to do that as well too. So he's got his hands full. There's 4 of us.
You're doing a good job.
It's nice that they all go on vacation more often.
Please go on vacation. We'll be here when you get back.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
I love that. Well, thank you for having us. Thank you for showing up. Shop local, support local, and have a good day, guys.
We're gonna show that tree.
Don't get near the face, please. Don't get near the face.
So much fun. And if you're having a bad day, just come in here.
Every month, something different.
Yeah.
The girls
so
are great.
fun.
It's something different every single month.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.